Yes guys, it's Championship Manager 0102 with another video for you, and this is a part 2. This is a part 2 for someone's save. Now I'm going to do 2 videos, right? So I ain't even decided who's I'm going to do because I'm going into these blind. So we'll start with Garry Johnston and his Ajax save. Garry Johnston, he sent us part 1 some time back, so he's going to have played quite a considerable amount of game time on it. So and my camera seems to be fucking me around a little bit, so just bear with me. Let's make sure if that's all okay. And we've got a fucking horrible light coming in there. That'll do, donkey. Right, so Garry started. Now I'm trying to remember what Garry. Yeah, actually I do remember. I do remember the last video with Garry. If you remember, he was halfway through a season, but he'd already played it beyond my save that he'd sent me, and he lost the Champions League final and the Cup final. All I know about Garry is that he's gone on a lot further. Okay, so let's go straight to the man himself. Oh no, he is still at Ajax. Okay, I thought he'd moved actually. Well, I got that wrong, didn't I? In fact, I'm going to give a spoiler. I'm going to give a spoiler alert now then for part 3. I know Garry's moved. That's the only thing I know, is that he's moved on from Ajax. So there you can see then, we are at the end of season 7, isn't it? Season 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's the end of season 7. Let's have a look then what he's been winning. Let's have a look. In fact, can we do it this way? Yeah, he won the Champions League. In fact, we'll have a look at his. Look at that. That is fucking insane. 7 straight league titles. Fuck you, PSV. How do you feel about that, Garry? Garry, I know you've moved on, and I didn't realise that the save I had was an oldish save in comparison. Fuck you, Glare Utilities. Fucking update. Give me a minute, guys. I've just had this fucking pop-up that there's a new... Fucking sons of bitches. Yeah, Garry, you'll have to send us an updated part 3 as and when you are ready. Meanwhile, when I can get rid of this fucking pop-up, it's because I've just had to... I got home from work, the fucking computer was off. What the fuck is that all about? My computer's never off. Let's take a look now then at what else Garry has done then with Ajax. So, Domestic League, so Champions League. So he's won it for the last 2 years. And that right, so it was 04-05 mid-season, if I remember the last one. So it was mid-season 4. So, you know, I understand now he's going to have moved on because he's completed it, hasn't he? There's no doubt about that. The Dutch Cup, 3 years. We look at that, 3 years running. Absolutely, you understand why he's going to have moved on. But let's have a look at the sort of setup. I remember him telling me about this. You don't get him very often, but fuck me if you do. It's a coup. It's a coup. That is great. But I know that Van Nistelrooy does become unhappy at United at times. Treatment of players and stuff. But he still very rarely moves. So to be fair, I remember Garry sending me a message saying I've got Van Nistelrooy, and I said fucking hell, you know that's a rarity. But that is a great coup. So. Albeit, I know, Garry, you're into your next chapter now. That is an absolute monster coup. And look at that. He's repaid him with 40 goals in his first full season. Another 51 this current season. Absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look now if he's got anybody of any notable play. He did tell me Karagunas was a rock. Look at that, 17 assists at the age of 31. That is incredible. I do love Karagunas. I think he's brilliant. Riyadh... obviously hasn't been playing him as much, but he's probably because he's got so much competition for positions. Van der Vaart, look at that, 22 assists for Van der Vaart. That is outrageous. 22 assists is phenomenal. I'm intrigued to see where right bang in the middle of what I call the boom formation. Let's have a look at Hersey. I mean, he starts at Ajax. So, to be fair to Garry, with all the trophies he's won... There's a lot of players, they're not... I mean, Van Nistelrooy is a great signing. But, as I said this before about Garry, he tends to sort of, like, do a lot of extensive searching for unheard of players. And he's got a real eye for that. I mean, I think I remember... Do I remember seeing him? I'm sure I remember seeing about him. I mean, who the fuck is he? But look at that. He is a fucking great player. see if there's anybody else of interest. It's not any. So Karic, the Yugoslavian left back, 797 is a, maybe not the assist, but 797 is not to be sneezed at. That is fucking definite. So he's definitely, you know, he deserves his move on. I do know where he's moved to, but I'm not giving no spoilers alert. But you know, I think he's. I don't know if he moves. If he moves at the start of the next season, or if he has another season at Ajax. I'm not 100% sure. But the bottom line is he's done absolutely brilliant. You know, he really has. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I mean, that was another one. Who the fuck is he? And look how well he's done. I don't like a player with that many multi-position availabilities. I don't really like that. I still think the Van Nistelrooy signing was just absolutely immense. The fact that Van Nistelrooy is unprotected would lead me to believe it's going to have been end of this season. This is a great time to actually do the update. So credit where it's due, Garry. You know, you've done a grand job. And hopefully, Garry, you'll keep us updated with part 3 and everyone can see your next chapter. I mean, he's got quality players in reserve. And the problem about this, and I have this on my own game as well, you build such a good team, you don't want to leave, but you do want to leave because there's nothing left to do. But you don't want to leave because you know you're leaving such a good team. And we all know that the AI have a manager takeover and they fucking wreck the team. Who's the goal? Oh, we spoke about the goalkeeper, didn't we? Who the fuck is he? But I mean, reflex is a bit questionable. But I know he's only. Well, no, he's played a lot, hasn't he? Fuck me, Garry. 17 years of age. He's about to turn 18, and he came at the academy. And I've got to give credit. Creativity for a goalkeeper of 20 is a little bit strange, but. He hasn't done brilliant at 7'10", but the bottom line is he's won the title in shit, so no one can grumble. And his backup goalkeeper has certainly, whether he is a backup, whoever the number 1 was, I don't know, but absolutely, I mean, that has got to be Maldini, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I think I remember him vaguely saying he was looking for Maldini, or I should look for Maldini, but look at that, what a fucking player. Oh, I see him, he's only recently got him. So, absolute monster player there, Maldini. I don't think there's anybody else. I mean, I'm a big fan of Yakubu, and he did say to me he plays him in DMC. Gabriel Milito. Milito, what a player. Absolute rock. 735 is a little bit worrying when you look at his credentials. So that's it for Garry Johnston's Ajax save. We'll call it his journeyman save rather than the Ajax save. As I said, no spoilers, but he has moved on. Anything you want... video in on CM, if you want to send me a save, far away, pop a comment, go on the community box, let me know. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.